Before we begin, let's introduce ourselves properly today. I'm Emma, and this is David, your two teachers walking with you through this 30-day challenge. We're really glad you're here with us again. And if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to join our learning family. It genuinely helps us grow and reach more learners like you.
And I'm David. Hello again. It's always great to see you coming back each day. Today is day 27, and you've officially proven you're serious about improving your English. That consistency, truly impressive.
So let me start with a quick question. Have you ever tried explaining your taste in movies, music, or books in English and suddenly realized you didn't know the words you needed? It happens to everyone. But don't worry, that's exactly what we'll fix today.
Right. Today's lesson is all about talking about movies, music, and books. The everyday conversations native speakers love. And you'll learn how to share your opinions without sounding too simple or repeating the same adjectives like good, nice, or interesting.
We'll show you how to talk about what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, and how to sound confident and natural even when describing something complicated. By the end of this part, you'll not only understand new phrases, but actually use them comfortably.
Let's warm up with something simple. How to express your preferences. You can say, I usually enjoy stories with strong characters. I like music that feels relaxing after a long day. Or, I prefer movies that make me think.
Notice how these sentences feel smoother than just saying, I like it. They tell the listener why you feel that way, and that makes conversations richer.
Right. And you can soften your opinion politely like this. I'm not really into horror films, but I understand why some people enjoy them. Or make your tone warmer. I love books that pull me into the world from the first page.
Now, here's something fun. I want you to comment below and tell us, do you prefer watching movies at home or in the cinema? Your answer helps us get to know you, and it also gives you a chance to practice real English.
All right, you're doing great so far. In the next part, we'll talk about describing music and movies with natural, expressive adjectives that native speakers actually use. Stay right here with us. Let's keep the energy going. And if you're still with us, that's amazing. This part is all about helping you describe movies, music, and books with real confidence. Because sometimes you feel something strongly, but the right English word just disappears.
Exactly. So let's make it easier. We'll start with some natural adjectives that native speakers use all the time. And don't worry, we'll practice them together, step by step.
For movies, try words like gripping, meaning it holds your attention completely. Heartwarming makes you feel warm and emotional. Thought-provoking, it makes you think deeply. Fast-paced, the story moves quickly.
And here's a fun one, mind-blowing. It means something is so surprising or unbelievable that it almost shocks your brain in a good way.
Now for music, you can say soothing, calming and relaxing, uplifting. It gives you positive energy. Catchy, the melody stays in your head. Powerful, The emotion is strong.
And there's another expression I love. It hits different. It means the song feels unique or meaningful in a way that's hard to explain.
But here's where learners often get stuck: how to combine these adjectives naturally in a real conversation. Let me give an example. I watched a really gripping movie last night. The ending was unexpected and it left me thinking for hours.
Or for music, I've been listening to this uplisting playlist that really helps me focus when I'm working.
Now, let's talk about books, because yes, we still read. Good words to use include immersive. You feel like you're inside the story. Beautifully written. The writing style is elegant or emotional. Complex. The story or characters are layered. Comforting. It feels warm and familiar.
Now I want to hear from you. Go to the comments and tell us, what is one movie, book, or song that truly moved you? Not just I liked it, but something that stayed with you. Your answer helps us tailor future lessons. And honestly, we love reading your stories.
Before we continue, let me give you a simple pattern you can use anytime. I enjoy blank because blank. It makes me feel blank. For example, I enjoy slow, emotional music because it helps me relax. It makes me feel calm after a long day.
That's perfect. Clear, simple, natural. And the more you practice these patterns, the more they will easily come to your mind in daily conversations.
All right, you're doing wonderfully. In the next part, we'll show you how to give opinions politely, especially when you don't like something. This is a skill every learner needs, so stay with us.
Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever watched a movie or listened to a song that everyone loved, but you just didn't feel the same way?
Exactly. And trust me, this is one of the hardest real-life skills in conversation, because you don't want to sound rude, but you also want to be honest. So, in this part, we'll help you express disagreement or mild criticism in a friendly, natural, and respectful way.
Let's start with movies. Imagine your friend says, "That movie was amazing," but you didn't like it. Instead of saying, "No, it was bad," try something softer, like, "I see why people like it, but it wasn't really my style."
Or this one. I thought it was interesting, but it didn't fully connect with me. This sounds polite, mature, and very natural in English.
Now let's talk about music. Music is deeply personal, so we need to be extra gentle. Try phrases like, "It's not something I usually listen to, but I can see why you enjoy it." Or, "It has a nice vibe, though it's not quite my taste."
See how these phrases protect the other person's feelings? That's the key. You respect their opinion while still expressing your own.
Books are similar. If someone loves a book you didn't enjoy, you could say, "The writing was beautiful, but the story didn't really pull me in." This way, you highlight something positive before sharing your true thoughts.
This technique is called softening your opinion, and it's used constantly by native speakers. It keeps conversations warm, respectful, and emotionally safe.
Let's try a quick practice. I'll say a strong opinion, and you try to respond politely. Ready? Here's the first one. "I think that movie is the best film of the year." Try responding with something gentle, like, "It was interesting, but I preferred other movies more."
And here's another. This song is perfect. I've had it on repeat all week. You might say, It's catchy, but it's a little too energetic for me.
All right, your turn. Tell us in the comments, what is one famous movie, song, or book that you didn't really enjoy, even though everyone else loved it? We won't judge, promise.
And here's one more tip. If you want to disagree even softer, start your sentence with "to be honest" or "personally." These phrases signal that you're sharing your perspective, not attacking theirs.
Beautiful. You're doing great. Keep going, because in the next part, we'll learn how to talk about your favorite stories with more emotion, more clarity, and more natural English.
You know, there's something really special about the way stories shape us. Sometimes a book or movie changes how we understand the world, and other times it just makes us feel seen. So, in this part, let's explore how to talk about your favorite stories with more emotion and more natural English without sounding too dramatic.
Exactly. And here's the truth. Native speakers don't just say, I like it. That's too simple. They use feeling words, imagery, and personal connection. So let's learn how to do it too, but in a soft, warm, natural way.
Let's start with movies. Instead of saying, I love this movie, try something richer, like, it really stayed with me, or it touched me in a way I didn't expect.
Beautiful. Or you could say, the characters felt so real that I kept thinking about them afterward. This makes your English sound deeper, more expressive, and more natural.
Now, for books, if you want to talk about a book you adore, you can say, it felt like the story understood me, or I didn't want it to end.
One of my favorites is, it comforted me in a moment when I really needed it. This kind of emotional honesty makes your English warmer and more meaningful.
Let's move on to music. Music is full of emotion, so describing it is fun. Try phrases like, it made me feel calm after a long day, or there's something in the melody that just stays with me.
Here's another simple but powerful one. It reminds me of a really good time in my life. This is exactly how native speakers connect emotion to language.
Let's practice together. I'll give you a sentence, and you try finishing it out loud. The movie that always inspires me is... Take a second, say it softly, feel it.
Here's one more. The book that changed something in me was Let the Emotion Come Through Naturally. Not too much, not too little.
And now we'd love to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what story, a movie, a book, or a song made you feel something meaningful? And what emotion did it give you? Your answers help the whole community.
Perfect. And stay with us, because the final part today will bring everything together and help you express your opinions with emotion, clarity, and confidence, just like a native speaker. Before we wrap up today, let's take everything we've learned, opinions, emotions, stories, and turn it into real, natural conversation. You've done so well already, so let's finish strong together.
Right. A lot of learners can describe a movie or song, but they freeze when someone asks, so what did you really think of it? Today we'll fix that. We'll show you how to express a clear, confident opinion with warmth, honesty, and natural English.
Let's start simple. Instead of saying, it was good, try adding emotional color. It was good in a quiet, comforting way. Or, it wasn't perfect, but it really made me think.
Yes, that balance of emotion and clarity makes your English sound alive. Try this structure.
I liked it because it surprised me when I connected with. Each phrase helps you go deeper without sounding dramatic.
Here's a real example. Imagine someone asks about a song you love. You could say, "It's the kind of song that calms me down after a stressful day." That one sentence shows emotion, context, and personal meaning.
Let's move to disagreement. Politely, of course. You can say, I see why people enjoy it, but it didn't really connect with me. Or, it was interesting, just not my style. This sounds natural, mature, and confident.
Now, let's practice together. Finish this sentence out loud. The story that always makes me smile is... Pause and let the feeling come.
And another one. One song that brings back memories for me is let your voice soften, let the emotion show, but keep it natural.
Before we end today, we'd love to hear your voice too. Tell us in the comments, what's one movie, book, or song that changed your mood recently and why? Your stories inspire other learners and help us understand what topics you enjoy.
And if you've been learning with us for a while, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. It helps keep the lessons going and brings more learners into our warm little community.
You did beautifully today. Thank you for spending this time with us. Rest your mind, take a deep breath, and we'll see you tomorrow for another soft, warm conversation to grow your English step by step.